In nature, many encounters begin in silence, as species approach, observe, and gauge each other's reactions. Just seconds later, tension erupts with short chases, rapid closing maneuvers, and tentative attacks aimed at breaking the balance. The distance narrows step by step, each lunge or change of direction potentially determining who holds the upper hand. Most confrontations end when one side can no longer maintain pressure, forced to retreat to avoid further losses and ensure survival. Hyenas are opportunistic, agile, and highly resilient predators. They rely on the intelligence of their small pack to maintain their position in the food chain. However, when faced with an organized pack of wild dogs, a lone hyena is often unable to defend itself. A hyena is enjoying the leftover meat of an antelope from another hunt. A chorus of wild dogs sounds from afar, signaling the arrival of the pack. About 10 dogs rush in, moving in unison and coordinating closely. The hyena crouches low, growling warningly, trying to hold on to its prey. But as the encirclement tightens, it is gradually forced to retreat. The confrontation becomes tense as neither side wants to give up. The wild dogs use a tactic of alternating close-range attacks, while the hyena fights back desperately. After a few minutes of struggle, the hyena is forced to abandon its prey and retreat. The battle ended with no one killed, but the wild dogs emerged victorious. In the natural world, organized numbers always prevail over lone opportunists. This clearly demonstrates that strategy and unity are more important than individual strength. African wild dogs are the most organized predators on the savanna. They move in tight formations, each individual maintaining their position and reacting almost instantly. The strength of the pack comes from discipline and stable coordination. When hyenas appear to approach the food source, the atmosphere immediately becomes tense. The hyenas move around the perimeter, making loud noises and gradually closing in to exert pressure. The pack of wild dogs remains orderly, turning in unison and maintaining a safe distance. After a few exploratory moves, the wild dogs proactively increase their speed. The entire pack advances simultaneously, cornering the hyenas. Faced with continuous pressure and the risk of isolation, the hyenas are forced to retreat. The wild dogs retain their food source and end the confrontation. In this competition, discipline and organized attacks give wild dogs a clear advantage. On the savanna, precise coordination and composure determine the final outcome.
Another one.
Honey badgers are small but resilient animals, known for their endurance and quick reflexes. Their thick, loose skin, about 0.24 inches thick, around their necks allows them to twist and turn to escape an enemy's bite. When attacked, they don't run away but confront the predator head-on, creating significant psychological pressure on any predator. leopard spotted a honey badger digging for food. It approached slowly, then lunged with a precise jump. The honey badger reacted instantly, turning its head, letting out a low growl, and charging straight at the leopard. The confrontation became tense as the two grappled for a few brief seconds. The leopard's claws applied strong pressure, but the honey badger didn't back down. Its loose skin allowed it to twist and turn, counterattacking the leopard's face. Faced with the leopard's quick reaction and tenacity, the leopard stopped, retreated, and left.
Buddy's come to help us.
The winner isn't the stronger one, but the one who knows how to utilize every advantage to survive. For the honey badger, survival doesn't come from strength, but from courage and unwavering determination. Leopards are powerful predators, possessing strong muscles, quick reflexes, and excellent climbing skills. They live solitary lives and always defend their territory with heightened vigilance. Any intruder, whether fast or cunning, is considered a threat. One morning, a cheetah wandered into the leopard's hunting grounds while watching antelopes. A small rustling in the dry grass caused the leopard to turn. In seconds, it lowered its body and lunged. The cheetah reacted quickly, dodging the first pounce, but its speed couldn't be sustained in close combat. The leopard pressed forward, gradually closing the distance. The cheetah tried to counterattack, but its slender body and poor resilience quickly overwhelmed it. When cornered against a tree, the cheetah chose to retreat, abandoning the area to avoid injury. The leopard stood firm, maintaining the initiative and controlling the entire area. The encounter ended bloodlessly, but it was clear. Speed may help you escape, but strength is what sustains dominance in the wild. Zebras are large, strong prey with quick reflexes and incredibly powerful kicks. Each kick can deliver enough force to break a predator's bones. Zebra herds move in close proximity, protecting each other, making it extremely difficult to separate an individual from the group. A lone cheetah observes the zebra herd from a distance. It targets the young one at the back of the herd. When the opportunity arises, it charges out at over 60 miles per hour. Initially, the hunt seems promising, but within seconds, the mother horse returns. With a lightning-fast reflex kick, she forces the cheetah to stop and retreat. The zebra doesn't flee immediately. The entire herd turns, forming a tight defensive formation. The cheetah gradually loses its speed advantage as there is no longer enough space to approach. After several unsuccessful attempts, it stops, and quietly retreats. In nature, not all prey is weaker than the predator. Sometimes, a single wrong decision in a moment can end a predator's chances of survival. Mongooses are small, fast animals that are resistant to most snake venom. Their agility and lightning-fast reflexes make them natural opponents of venomous snakes. Their goal is to eliminate snakes to protect their territory and food sources. A mongoose spots a cobra moving through the bushes. It approaches cautiously, observing every movement. The snake raises its body, spreads its hood to warn, then lunges with a lightning-fast attack. The mongoose dodges, quickly turning and reacting. The confrontation lasts for a few dozen seconds, with precise dodges. When the snake begins to weaken, the mongoose chooses the right moment, attacking the head to finish the fight. The battle ends quickly. Although often gaining the upper hand, this encounter still carries inherent risks. In nature, speed and precise tactics can overcome even the most dangerous venom. Hippos are among the most dangerous animals in Africa, even to lions. With tusks approximately 20 inches long and a bite force exceeding 1,800 pounds per square inch, hippos possess enough strength to make any predator wary. In the water, they are completely in control. One sweltering afternoon, a pride of lions passed by a watering hole. On the shore, a large hippo was advancing in search of food. 3 lionesses observed, moving silently to plan their attack. When the first roar sounded, the pride charged simultaneously, shaking the ground. The hippo reacted instantly. It spun around, opening its mouth wide, and attacked the nearest lioness. The powerful thrust sent its opponent reeling. As the lions tried to surround it, the hippo retreated toward the water, where it offered a clear advantage. With a flick of its tail, water splashed up in a white spray, marking the boundary between predator and untouchable. The lions stopped, silently retreating. The confrontation ended quickly, the hippo emerging victorious. In the wild, even the king must back down when its opponent wields the power of the environment. Male moose are the world's largest deer, weighing up to 1,500 pounds and standing over 6 feet tall. During the fall mating season, the males constantly engage in combat using their nearly 6-foot-wide antlers, quickly exhausting their bodies. After days of competition, one moose is injured and moves more slowly. The grizzly bear watches from a distance, maintaining a safe distance. When the moose stops to rest, the bear accelerates, closing in from behind and attacking its hind legs to disorient it. The moose fights back fiercely, but its strength is depleted. The confrontation ends quickly. The moose doesn't lose because it's weak, but because it has expended too much energy beforehand. For the grizzly bear, this is a calculated choice. Only act when the opportunity is clear and the risk is minimal. On the savanna and in the deep forest, there is no fixed script for every encounter. The outcome always changes depending on the time, physical condition, and coordination. Victory is sometimes simply about maintaining position and resources. Nature operates by balance, not by absolute dominance. On the vast savanna, survival is not determined solely by strength. For wild dogs, each hunt is a test of timing, distance, and risk. They know when to attack, when to wait, and when to retreat. The journey ahead is a story of collective strength, patience, and choices that determine survival. The African wild dog, also known as the painted wolf, is a highly organized predator. Each weighing around 50 to 70 pounds, smaller than a lion or leopard, their strength comes from their unity. No one separates from the pack. All actions are geared towards the common good. A pack can consist of up to 30 individuals, traveling dozens of miles a day. They hunt by dividing into groups, blocking paths, and surrounding prey. Every step is precisely coordinated. Wild dogs can reach speeds of nearly 44 miles per hour and maintain them over long distances. Their success rate is over 80%, higher than any other large predator in Africa. In the arid savanna environment, they rely on endurance, discipline, and cooperation. When one animal is injured, the entire pack stops to wait. The survival of the pack depends on coordination, not individual strength. On rocky slopes and in sparse forests, baboon troops live in a state of heightened vigilance. Adult baboons are strong, intelligent, and always maintain a topographical advantage. With their powerful jaws and quick reflexes, they are not easy prey to approach. Wild dogs are well aware of this risk. They do not attack directly or confront the adult baboons. The entire pack stops, observes, and waits. When the baboon troop moves through an open area, a young baboon slows down and separates from the group. The wild dogs immediately act. They gently steer the baboon, blocking its return to higher ground and maintaining constant pressure. The attack is quick and controlled. The wild dogs win and then retreat immediately. In nature, victory sometimes comes from knowing when not to fight. For wild dogs, survival is about choosing the right moment and controlling risk. The The morning on the savanna passed peacefully. The herd of impala moved slowly through the lowlands. They were known for their speed and agility, capable of leaping up to 9 feet and reaching speeds of around 55 miles per hour. In brief moments, speed helped the impala escape. But as the chase dragged on, that advantage gradually disappeared. At the edge of the savanna, the pack of wild dogs began to appear. They didn't charge immediately. No rush, no risk. The individuals spread out in familiar formations, silently controlling the open space and shallow pools ahead. The goal wasn't to catch up as quickly as possible, but to maintain constant pressure. When the impala sensed danger and sprang into action, the wild dogs maintained a steady pace. They didn't accelerate suddenly. 2 dogs flanked it from the sides, while others blocked its path. Impala constantly changes direction and leaps to escape, but each jump further depletes its energy. The relentless pressure gradually slows the prey down. On the vast savanna, herds of wildebeest move in long lines. They are large, heavy, and always rely on numbers for self-protection. When moving together, each individual blends into the dense mass, making it difficult for predators to choose a clear target. The wild dogs don't charge into the center of the herd. They approach from the outer edges, where weaker or slower individuals are more likely to be exposed. No single dog pursues for too long. Individuals take turns approaching, creating constant pressure, but without exhausting too much of each individual's energy. When a wildebeest begins to fall behind, the wild dogs maintain a sufficient distance. They don't give the prey time to rest. Each time the wildebeest slows down, another wild dog advances, maintaining a steady pursuit rhythm. The collective endurance gradually exhausts the prey. Finally, the wildebeest separates completely from the herd. The pack of wild dogs closed the circle and took control. Victory came not from a single dominant individual, but from the shared burden among the pack. On the savanna, wild dogs demonstrated a clear principle. When the collective carries the load, even large prey can collapse. Survival lies not in individual strength, but in the ability to cooperate persistently.
So now, checking after the turn, they're gonna cut.
On the open savanna, buffalo move in tight formations. An adult can weigh from 1,100 to over 1,500 pounds and stand nearly 6 feet tall at the shoulder, while in a herd, their collective strength and protective horns make them a threat that even large predators must be wary of. Wild dogs don't directly confront the buffalo herd. They patiently observe from a distance, monitoring every movement. When a buffalo separates from the protective formation, the entire pack immediately shifts positions and focuses on that lone individual.
Also buy the private cars. That's what they do.
The wild dogs move around the perimeter, maintaining constant but controlled pressure. No one risks getting too close. The pressure is distributed evenly throughout the pack, gradually rendering the lone buffalo incapable of effective resistance. The hunt ended with victory for the pack of wild dogs. On the Savanna, buffalo are almost invulnerable when in a herd. But when separated, the collective strength and close coordination of the wild dogs can decide the outcome. On the edge of the open forest, the leopard moves alone, silently, and with controlled steps. It is a very powerful predator when operating alone, with a flexible body, quick reflexes, and the ability to strike accurately. In confined spaces and areas covered by trees, the leopard often holds a clear advantage. The pack of wild dogs quickly assesses the situation and chooses a cautious approach. They spread out around it, maintaining a steady distance to create constant pressure. No one gets too close. Each individual stands in its designated position, forcing the leopard to constantly distract itself in multiple directions. When the pressure is maintained for a sufficient amount of time, the leopard's solitary hunting advantage begins to wane. It is no longer able to focus on a single point. Its movements become slower and more cautious, as there is no longer a safe space. The pack of wild dogs maintained a steady rhythm, maintaining just enough presence to force their opponent to retreat. Finally, the leopard withdrew to the dense vegetation. The pack of wild dogs stopped as soon as a safe distance was established. There was no direct confrontation, but the outcome was clear. Leopards are strong when operating alone, while wild dogs survive through coordination and the ability to know when to stop. On the Savanna, lions appear with a slow, controlled gait. Their large size, powerful muscles, and quick reflexes give them an advantage in any direct confrontation. When a lion stands firm in its territory, it is an opponent that very few species can safely confront. The pack of wild dogs approached from a distance. They did not charge or attempt to surround the lion. The individuals moved around, maintaining a steady distance and observing the lion's every reaction. Each step was carefully considered to avoid a situation that could harm the entire pack. When the pack of wild dogs got closer, the lion turned its head, stood upright, and gave a clear warning signal. The pack of wild dogs immediately stopped. There was no attempt to get any closer. None of them crossed the established safe boundary. The confrontation ended without a fight. The pack of wild dogs retreated in an orderly fashion, maintaining their formation and strength, On the savanna, victory isn't always measured by taking down an opponent. For wild dogs, preserving their strength and retreating at the right time are the most important survival decisions. The journey of the wild dogs shows that survival is built on sound decisions rather than brute strength. They know when to advance, when to cooperate, and when to stop to avoid jeopardizing the entire pack. It is this ability to choose the right moment that has allowed wild dogs to endure amidst the harsh laws of nature.